Hey Capricorn, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are sort of doing our monthly readings, looking ahead to November, seeing what's going on. Keep an eye out this weekend. We will be doing some Halloween readings as well as that full moon shadow work reading. So keep up with those, but also please like and subscribe to the channel. We do really appreciate it. All your support does mean the world to me. Just a super small channel over here, so we do really appreciate it. I don't know why I keep saying we when it's me. I really appreciate it. Okay, Capricorn. But today we are using the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. Our main deck today, we have the Slavic Folklore Lenormand, and finishing off the month with the True Love Oracle as well. All right, so getting into it for you, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn in November? Capricorn for November. Okay, so firstly we have the Storm card, Capricorn. It does say every hurricane comes to an end. All right, we have actually had this same card for at least two other placements so far. I believe one of the fire signs had this, as well as one of the water signs had this as well. So, maybe worth checking your other placements because it did read very differently in both of those readings. But I'm just trying to pick up intuitively for you, Capricorn. Every hurricane comes to an end. So, I'm not really getting the time frame for you. I was getting time frames for the other two signs, but for you, it's just sort of, it kind of lets us know, I am getting the storm warning message. So, there may be some storms ahead when it comes to November. There may be a few. I feel like it's just moments, though, rather than a full big blown out hurricane. I do feel as though we're just having moments where we're getting a bit swept away in, possibly past hurricanes is kind of what I'm getting there. Is that when I'm sort of using those metaphors, hurricane being something crazy that you've gone through, that sort of left you feeling all up in the air, sort of left you, spun you around, you didn't know which way was what, but I'm feeling like these are sort of past hurricanes that have actually already ended, but I feel like you're having some moments where you're sort of still either gazing back at that storm or remembering those moments, or it's bringing that storm within you during the month of November. There's a few moments where you kind of feel as though, that hurricane is sort of still blowing, even though it has actually ended. So it's very interesting, Capricorn. We'll see what wants to come out with the Lenormand, but yeah, making sure we do remember that, every hurricane does have an ending. Once that storm has passed, everything looks fresh, clean, all over again. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you are in this stage where everything is sort of fresh, new growth coming through, but we're still for some reason seeing the hurricane, seeing that storm energy. Maybe I feel like for a lot of you it's just self-reflection, just looking back at the storms we've been through in our life. We also do have the Feather card. Okay, so if anyone remembers, I was young in the early 90s when The Craft came out, if anyone remembers that movie, and there was a thing in that movie with light as a feather, stiff as a board, and every young girl I knew that was sort of into the more left of field stuff, we all sat around doing the light as a feather, stiff as a board. So this is pretty much what this is talking about. It's that levitation type energy where you using your power to try to levitate somebody. So if you know, you know. If not, go and watch The Craft, because that movie does not get old. It's a great movie, about the witches from, it was an early 90s movie, but back when I was young, that was, our movie. We loved, everyone, all the girls loved it. I remember me and two of my friends, we would get around and we altered our school skirts so that we were wearing floor length school skirts instead of just normal short skirts and everything, because we wanted to be the witchy crew or whatever. That's where sort of my goth period started for sure, was the movie The Craft. So, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Like, I'm going to have to rewatch it myself. I'll have to find out what streaming services it's even on. But it does actually say, think first before you judge. And I do feel like quite strongly that this is talking about those, the more esoteric stuff. Thinking about this before you actually judge someone for, if you're, I'm just getting this thing of you not believing in somebody's power, all right, or you not believing in something that somebody else believes in. But if it gets them results, who are you to judge? It is kind of where I want to go with that. But it is that sort of witchcraft, doing a spell to levitate type energy. But I do feel as though there's this sense of your power coming through as well, Capricorn, that before you judge that, oh, that can't be, thinking it through and sort of stopping and realizing, but hang on, maybe I am more powerful than I thought. Don't judge yourself so negatively. Okay, Capricorn, especially when it comes to, spiritual type powers. All right, I do feel for a lot of you that is actually talking about spiritual type powers. All right, and we did get the astral card for you guys the other day as well. So, there's something to be said for Capricorn and having those more spiritual gifts that you may not even be aware of. Okay, Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn in November? I am sort of dividing November up, start, middle, and end, doing 2 cards for each. All right, Capricorn, November. Okay, I'm going to need some extra clarification here. Can I just clarify the end of November for Capricorn? And pardon me. I have been leaving the True Love Oracle until the end of the reading, but I am actually feeling I need to clarify these lenormand with this True Love Oracle. I can always draw more later as well, but I do feel like I need to clarify start, middle, and end of November for Capricorn with the True Love Oracle. Okay. And then coming back on through with the lenormand, you've got quite a convoluted message coming through here, Capricorn. Okay, are the start and end of November, are those 2 messages connected? Is that the same person for Capricorn? Okay, and if that's the case for the end of November for Capricorn, why are we seeing those first two cards? Why are we seeing those first two cards? Right. Very interesting message, Capricorn. I'll start with the start of the month because that seems to be the most straightforward part of your message here, Capricorn. When it comes to November, it seems like it's going to be a very interesting energy going on for you during November. And it does quite strongly feel as though this is all sort of related to love. I'm not really getting anything else coming through in regard to love other than this start of the month here. All right. So you will remember I was talking about your own power with this particular oracle and not doubting your own spiritual powers. And that's kind of what this start of November is all about. All right. Is you not doubting yourself. Okay, Capricorn. We do have the stars coming through. We also have the book. All right. And that was clarified with the sacred woman. All right. So that's you here, Capricorn, that sacred woman, regardless of your gender. We are looking at, that aspect within you that is, all powerful, that your higher self, basically, your that element of you that you have this wish, with the stars card there. It's all about wishes and having hope and optimism that those wishes are going to come true. All right. So we're kind of seeing here with this that there's something within you, Capricorn, that I feel like you've been manifesting already, that you are manifesting, that this wish or desire, this dream that you have, that you are already kind of manifesting this. And you needing to really, really believe in your own power, that your own power is quite sacred. There's a strong element here that you yourself, Capricorn, have the ability to make all your wishes come true. And with the book there influencing that wish, it's kind of like there's a new chapter opening up within you to you, if that kind of makes sense. Like there's a part of yourself that you are opening up to, that you may not have been fully opened up to. This sacred woman, you're now opening up and realizing that that's actually a part of who you are. With the book, we do see that's like the story of Capricorn, where you've been so far to where you're going. Your your next chapters. What have you wished for in the last chapter that you want to see come true in the final chapters of your story, and really using and utilizing your own power and believing in your own power to manifest these things coming into reality for you. So this is coming through as a very sort of spiritual kind of message, though. So it's really talking about um, something under the surface, Capricorn, something to do with the deepness of your soul and the sacred elements of you and your soul, who you really truly are, regardless of reality, and really opening yourself up to that. And with the book, we also really do see this element of you know researching that side of yourself that wants to, using your spiritual, your sacred wisdom, your spiritual wisdom to really open up these chapters of manifestation for you, and really opening yourself up to that side of yourself. And for some of you, there's definitely some research needed in order to really open up to that stuff. Um, but it is coming through as a very sort of, but like, and with the wishes there, it's kind of like, um you are everything you wished for. You know, everything that you wish you could be, you are, or you are able to be that. Okay, so if you're sitting here wishing, oh geez, I wish I could levitate. Um, don't judge so quickly, Capricorn, because if you wish hard enough, you can. All right, it's like you can fly. Like me being the crazy fairy, um I always like talk about how, oh, I'm a fairy, but you just can't see my wings. Um, and it's kind of that element of like, if you believe it enough, that, someone may actually say to you one day, wow, Michelle, look at your wings. They're beautiful. And just that's a weird example to use, but that's where it felt right to say. So it's something along those lines where it's kind of like, I feel for a lot of you, this is just talking about your intuition, your intuition and your manifestation abilities, that you are able to manifest your dreams come true, that you intuitively know something is going to come true, and it is. And you're really just sort of opening yourself up to that, to actually allow that to come in, and using your spiritual intelligence um, to keep on wishing for that, because there's something about you and that sacred element within you that that if you wish for it hard enough, that it will come. All right, so it's a bit of a I can't think of the word I'm trying to say there, but it's definitely an off-center message. But I feel as though those of you who, you know, you already know, like, you've got this sacred woman inside you that already knows how powerful you are, Capricorn. So it's kind of just reminding you that that exists within you. Okay, don't judge yourself that you can't do this, because you already are. All right. um there you go. So that was what we have for the start of November, and then as we go through the month, we get a little bit more all over the shop, to be honest. It's coming through very hectic. But we are talking about a person in specific for the end and middle of November, okay? Because what we're sort of seeing is, and quite a lot of you, these things you're wishing for, it may be related to a person in specific, especially when it comes to someone from your past, all right? Because I'll get into that, but it's someone heavy on your thoughts, all right? We have the masculine and the clouds for the middle of November. All right, and so this is somebody that you are thinking a lot about, and both of these cards talk about trying to use your logic, trying to use your thoughts rather than your heart. Okay, so just my personal advice would be to try to get out of your thoughts when it comes to this person, because as we see here with that sacred woman energy, it's your heart and your spiritual side that's going to bring this about for you. But these do both talk about logic over reality over emotion, and the esoteric. So even though you're realizing that you are very open to the more spiritual love energy there, you're still getting stuck in your thoughts quite heavily, and you're overthinking about this person quite a lot. There's a lot of thinking and trying to plan out every potential future, every potential outcome. You're really overthinking it. You're overthinking it. Like, it is kind of what I'm getting from that there. That has come through with the Rainbow Reviver. All right. So if this is, for those of you where this is something from your past, it's being revived. The energy behind that person and your connection with this person is being totally revived and changed. With that Reviver card, we do see that, you follow the rainbow to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow there. And that pot of gold is totally different to, all this overthinking. All right, everything that you thought you'd planned out carefully, every single thing that you thought this might be a possible outcome, that might be a possible outcome. It's totally different. It's you're not seeing the pots of gold that you can reach with this connection. When you're overthinking, when we are in that overthinking energy, we tend to get stuck in the negative, and only look at the negative outcomes. Oh, this will happen, this will happen. But we forget that, oh, but maybe that will happen and this might happen. You're forgetting all the positives and the potential positive outcomes. All right. So just be careful of that too, because with you being able to manifest all your wishes come true, the more that you're overthinking things, the more that you're bringing those around, as the more that you're manifesting those negative outcomes by accident. All right. So just be aware of that. But we also do see that joining energy between the middle of the month and then the end of the month. We are seeing that there's a sudden change. We have the Reaper there, which is the scythe in the traditional deck. So it's like a reckoning. All right. It's especially with that Rainbow Reviver. All right, because it's kind of like I'm getting told here, love changes everything. Love makes the unexpected happen, right? Because the scythe can talk about unexpected changes and sudden changes, like suddenly out of nowhere. This is totally different. And it's kind of like a reckoning, because you've been so wrapped up in thought, thinking that the worst is going to happen, this is not going to happen. You've been so wrapped up in thinking that this is like a giant reckoning for you. And there's an element here, Capricorn, where it's actually going to bring about something within you that's having to face something within yourself that it's kind of that reckoning, that realization that you've judged yourself too harshly, that realization that the hurricane is over, that we're moving into rainbows and sunshine now. After a storm has passed, what do we see? We see the rainbows. All right. So this is kind of like this reckoning that kind of makes you realize that everything is not as you thought. All right. All your thoughts mean naught, because there's something happening toward, in between the middle and the end of November that change everything. All right. And we do also have the anchor bridging that energy as well. So the anchor does talk about it uproots you. It pulls. It makes you feel all of a sudden like unstable, like this sudden energy change. It's like everything that's been weighing you down all of a sudden is yanked up out of that ocean, and you're set free. You're set loose on the world. The anchor does talk about, you've had a lot of restraint. You've tried to hold yourself steady and secure. But this scythe energy seems to be yanking up all that you knew, and totally changing that. Changing that stuck energy. All right. So it's a big change to the stuck in thought kind of energy. And then toward the end of the month, okay, we do have the fox and the mouse. Okay. So I feel like this is what we, when we're thinking and overthinking about this masculine energy, regardless of gender, okay, although, you're coming out as the sacred woman and this person is coming out as the masculine. All right. So, it may be somebody who really struggles sharing emotion. The masculine is usually the reserved, non-emotional side. You know, there's someone that brings about war and chaos within you, and you know, there may be sort of strong, domineering, controlling type energy. But we do sort of feel that this fox and mouse, I feel like this is what you think this person is. But I'm seeing from other cards here that's not necessarily the case. This person from the past, you know, and we are talking about this this revival, this you know, that rainbow, that it totally revives things and turns things on their head, and totally, you know, we are looking at a big change here, something that is totally flipped upside down from what you thought. And this is what you thought. You thought this person was, you know, manipulative, playing games. You thought this person was a player. You thought this person was lost. You thought this person was in the past. You know, it's been eating away at you a lot, because we see that with the clouds and the mouse in your energy when it comes to this person. You know, it eats away at you a lot. You've been thinking about this person quite a lot, I feel, Capricorn. You know, and you thought they were a player. You thought they were trying to be clever and manipulative and playing games and saying what you thought that they wanted to hear. But all right. And I had that clarified by the house energy. So in a way, you were very secure in thinking that they would like that. You know, that is the same. Okay. You know how I just sort of said that anchor is getting ripped up and everything's getting flipped on its head. Your belief of what this person is getting ripped up, and you know, you were quite secure, and you thought that that's who they were. You were secure in that. You're secure in that belief. You were solid in that belief that that's who this person was, or is. Okay, you kind of think that that's what they are. But you know, I'm getting this strong element of no offense, Capricorn, but you don't know this person at all. Well, you may have, and that may have been who they were at one point. But I'm also getting the soulmates card. Okay. And that's part of why this is flipping you on the head over. This is why this is totally flipping and being revived and making you kind of realize that there's a lot more to it than what you thought. All right. And the reason you need to know about all this, and the reason this is getting flipped on its head, we have the herald as well as the tree. All right. So pretty straightforward. This person, good news on the way. So when you're overthinking about all those negative things, and we're seeing that something's going to get flipped on its head, it's because there's actually good news on the way, and you're not expecting good news. You know, if you're expecting news, I feel like you're expecting bad news, because you're expecting this person to keep being like this. Okay, you're expecting them to keep trying to manipulate you, play you, you know, be a player and run their energy everywhere, because you're so secure in that belief that that's who this person is. But they've grown. I feel like with this tree, this person they're not the person that you once knew, Capricorn. They're a totally different person. They have totally, you know, because we see the butterfly on the tree here, and the tree is all about self-care, self-love, self-growth. All right. And also I'm getting that strong element with the tree. This is part of your family tree. This is part of your ancestral tree. This is, you know, there's destiny linked in with this tree card. And we do see that soulmates energy. All right. So this particular person, Capricorn, there's the roots run deeper than you know, okay, between you and this person. And their roots run deeper than you know. It's kind of like, I feel for a lot of you that you, being this sacred woman, made this person change, made this person realize that this is not who I really am. I don't want to be that person anymore. They've gone through their own revival completely. They are completely different to who you may think that they are, Capricorn. We see the butterfly here, and butterflies. A lot of people probably know already, but when they're in their cocoon, they turn to goo. Okay, the caterpillar turns to complete goo, but then they're reborn as a butterfly, and they're totally different. You would never see this butterfly and think, oh, look at that caterpillar. Total different species. Do you know what I mean? Like totally different things. One's a creepy little bug, and the other is this beautiful butterfly, and your person is now this beautiful butterfly. And I feel like you are not expecting this at all, Capricorn. This is going to be a shock to the system. So once again, think first before you judge, because you are judging this person as who they were in the past, and they are not this person anymore. The hurricane is over, Capricorn. The hurricane is over. We're heading towards that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and deep within you, you already know that this wish is coming true. All right, and you thought it would never happen. Seeing you so deep in your thoughts and the negative, like I'm grabbing the negative thoughts coming through, the negative outcomes. You thought this was never going to happen. Okay. Okay. I'm really nosy and I want to know where this all leads, but we have already done quite, this is probably my longest video this week, to be honest. And I feel like we've seen quite a lot of detail about this already, but I'm just going to grab one more, okay? One more. What does Capricorn need to know for November? Where is this leading Capricorn? Yin and yang. You balance each other out. You are the yin to their yang. They, vice versa. You balance each other out, equal counterparts. Soulmates. Okay, so you may not have had this with this person originally, but this person, and I'm feeling with that yin and yang, you being the sacred woman, they've read up as the masculine energy, so they are the sacred man. Okay, regardless of gender, all right, equal counterparts. So there's a lot more to them that you are aware of, Capricorn. Just if you've been wishing for a counterpart, if you've been wishing for a soulmate, here they come. But be careful what you wish for, because this is not what you expected at all, Capricorn. This is going to throw you. This is why you're feeling like a hurricane is hitting, because you are getting thrown up in the air with this. This is going to throw you around, and you're not going to know which way is which. Sometimes hurricanes are for that storm comes through and it cleans things out and it revives, and we see the rainbows coming out. Rainbows and sunshine coming on out afterward, and you're heading straight for this, Capricorn, but it's going to be a crazy ride. All right, it's not what you expect at all. Okay. So that's pretty specific too. So, if that doesn't resonate for you, and you have no inkling whatsoever who this person from the past that, you've been thinking about them, and you've probably been, secretly kind of desiring them and wishing for this person anyway, which I don't know why, if you're thinking that they're a fox and a mouse energy, but not going to lie, I resonate. So even with the fox and the mouse energy. Sometimes we wish for things that we know are not in our highest good, but then things get flipped around and all of a sudden it's not what we thought anyway. All right, so crazy ride, Capricorn. I'm down for it. Let's go. All right. Hopefully, I'll see you all again soon with some news all about this storyline and let me know. But if that's not you, you check your other placements, okay? Usually your moon sign this close to a full moon. But hopefully, I'll see you all again soon.